Easiest potato harvest ever. It's no dig method. I think it's won me over. There we go. I'm just pulling away the straw. I've come down to the layer of newspaper. Now I'll grab what's left of the plant, the stalks. And here we go. I'm just picking them up. No digging whatsoever. Have a look. Sitting ducks, waiting to be taken. And my back is happy. This is great. Oh yes. God, you'd think I was digging up golden nuggets, wouldn't you? Well, they are. Oh, what a happy potato man I am. Whoop, have a potato. That's stunning. I'm well pleased with that. I've just had them on the scale. Hung them up on this old sliding scale. Now that was, between these two crates, there's 46 pounds of Charlotte potatoes. And here we've got 11 pounds of Foremost. 46 pounds, what's that in kilos? 20 odd kilos. I'm pretty pleased with that. You can bugger off. I'm just cutting back all the comfrey. It's high time that I cut it back, because as you can see, it's actually blocking a hell of a lot of the light out of the tomato shelter and the greenhouse. I've left it this long because, as you can see, it's still covered in bees. They absolutely love the stuff. So, not wanting to deprive the bees of that food source, I always hold back on actually chopping it down. But it's late enough in the season now that everything else is flowering anyway. Earlier on in the season I would have been depriving them. But there's a lot for them to choose from now. And there's also, there's comfrey down that end of the plot, which I cut back about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So that's also now just re-emerging, giving a bit of fresh nectar for them. So what I'm going to do, I'm just cutting it all back to the ground, piling it up here. Now some of it's going to go on the compost, some of it's going to be used as a mulch around my tomatoes, and probably my cucumbers in there as well actually. And then some of it's going to be chopped up and brewed, turned into a liquid feed for my tomatoes. It's really good stuff, really good stuff. They haven't quite twigged yet. Making the most of it before it all dries out. Anyway, that's quite a pile, look. Waste not, want not, that's going to come in very handy. It's letting a lot more light into the tomatoes and the cucumbers. And this stuff grows at a rate of knots. That's going to be back in no time. And by autumn, just as everything else is starting to die off, these will be giving them that essential bit of late nectar, you know, keep them going through the winter. God, it's quite a pile. The smell here at the moment is absolutely vile. I'm just finishing off the last of last year's liquid comfrey feed. You pour it into a can and dilute it about 10 to 1 and pour it on your tomatoes and everything else. And I've just started off the next batch. It's easy as anything. Just chop your comfrey up into little pieces with your shears, cram it all down into a bucket, fill it up with water and then cover it up. I find that covering it up with this black bin gets the heat up and fires up the process, makes it all a lot quicker. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks usually, and then I strain it through a bit of old scaffold netting so that I just get the nice juice in this barrel which has a tap on it, so that's all very handy. That's the last of last year's now, so that will be ready pretty soon. In the meantime, I've got a bit of old Tomerite kicking around. I'll use that for a couple of weeks, that'll be fine. Okay, getting a bit tired now. It's getting quite late in the day, it's gone 5. Still waiting for those teasel to come through. They're just starting to give a little hint of purple. Crocosmia are looking lovely, look. Lucifer, that one's called. I'm just filling up my tank while I have a tidy up. And I'll be on my way. I've watered everything in tubs and baths and buckets. Get the potatoes in the car. Let's go and have a quick hello. Say hello to the chickens. You right, girls? All in together now. I've taken down the mesh across the middle. Shirley is still asserting her dominance. Probably slightly more. Look, there you go. A little bit more than she needs to. But this is all it is. And little blue girl there, she doesn't fight back. What are you honking at? You're talking to me? Right. I'm very excited about next Saturday. I'll tell you about that. I've got a great one lined up for next Saturday. I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is because you could go and Google it and find out what's there and it will spoil the surprise, but I'll give you some clues. It's a chalky place. It's less than a 10-minute drive from my house, and it's got explorable secret bunkers and tunnels. This is what I'm most excited about. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll leave you guessing. I don't think anyone's going to guess. If Lawrence is watching, Lawrence of course isn't allowed to mention in the comments where it is. I had some help from Lawrence. It's somewhere that he goes when he's motocrossing. Oh, I just gave a big clue. Somewhere he goes when he's enjoying himself at the weekends, and I wanted to get as close as I could to the exact location of these tunnels and these bunkers off of him, which we've done, and I've had a look on Google Maps. I think I've pinpointed where they are. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. It's just started raining. Right, I'm going to pack up. I'll see you next Saturday. Take care.